Action. Hey, hello there. I just wanted to touch base with everybody. This is a bartending bar type site that I probably should have done a long time ago, but I was trying to move on to different things. Just to give you a brief synopsis, I was a bartender for over 20 years in a pretty decent city, small city, but a pretty decent city that everybody dreams of going to. And, I made a decision. It was odd. I made a decision, I think my senior year in college. I didn't want to take on a regular job necessarily, but I put in for them. I put in for a bunch of jobs. FBI was interested. Wendy's was interested. That was an interesting place because they had these spatulas on the wall when you interview with them, golden spatulas of awards and stuff. And they took me. And I remember thinking, I just went to college and now I'm gonna be a manager at Wendy's. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it wasn't for me. So I decided to look into different things. And I looked into bartending. There was like a 2-week course from a school called International Bartending Institute. Cost a few $100. And at that point, I didn't have a few $100, but I just put on the visa. So I just did the class. I did it, and for some reason, when I was in the class, and I wasn't much of a drinker before that. Matter of fact, when I went to college, I was an athlete. I would go to parties, and I would take the drinks they hand me, and I would stand in the corner and dump them into the plants, the potters. I would just dump them because I was like, I'm not going to drink. That's gonna deter my my ability. So, but I did that most of the time until I was 21. I went to a really interesting bar that pilots go to, like that fly airplanes. I was brought there by a bunch of these girls that were kind of my neighbors because they were kind of like noticing that I wasn't really going to parties or drinking and things like that, even though I faked it, I guess. So we went there and that was like the first time I ever drank. And the reason why I never drank was I had a father, and he was a respectable person. He is an engineer, but he drank a lot. He used to give beer to my younger brother, and my brother's fine now. They're doing great. But I was I'm looking at it going, why is he giving, an underage kid, his family, beer? And he wants to give me beer, and I'm like, no, thank you. So I was always anti-drinking, and my mother at the time was